What's going on YouTube? It's Lord Psycho OG here, and on today's video we're going to be talking about 3 tips to improve your positioning in Warzone. Before we get into the tips, I really want to let you guys know, if you do like the video or if you learned anything from this video or if you found it helpful, please subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to hit 200 subscribers by the end of 2020, and it would mean a lot for me to bring you guys along this journey. I make my own videos, I edit my own content, and I make my own thumbnails as well, so I'd really appreciate it if you guys hit that sub button. Without further delay, you guys, let's jump right into these tips. Tip number 1, think about high ground constantly. This is an obvious one, but having the high ground in a situation is so important when it comes to Warzone. So keeping that in mind before approaching a fight, consider what you can do to elevate yourself before entering that fight. The more you practice this thought process, the faster you'll get at it and the easier it'll come to you, until you are always thinking about high ground before any fight. There are plenty of hills, buildings, river canals, and areas on the map that you can utilize to gain high ground against your enemies, and always keep those in mind. Now, why is having the high ground better positioning in Warzone? When you have high ground on an enemy, 1, you are harder to spot when scanning the map from their perspective. Causing your enemy to look up and spot you is much harder than being spotted at ground level. 2, generally it is easier to pull away from that fight to re-heal or armor up if you were to take damage, and then re-engage that enemy again if you are at high ground. Same goes for if your teammate were to get downed in a situation where you get high ground, you could just back away from that fight and get the revive on your teammate, knowing that you have the elevation to stop them from shooting you. Now flip that scenario and say that you're getting fired at from the top of a building and you're running in a field and they happen to down your teammate. Completing a revive in this situation is much harder because you have the team that can clearly see if you are reviving, or they will just full kill your teammate and you are stuck with hoping that your teammate wins their gulag. Number 3. Another advantage to having high ground is your lines of sight are increased because you are able to see over obstacles and buildings you would not normally be able to see over if you were on the ground level. Now, you don't always need to be on top of buildings to get the best positioning. There are plenty of hop-ups in this game that you can utilize to get a better line of sight on the enemy, save yourself in a gunfight, or confuse the enemy for enough time to get the jump on them or win a gunfight you normally wouldn't win on level ground. This can come from elevated streets and highways around the map, boxes, vehicles that you can jump on, and so much more. Make sure you don't discount these objects when entering a gunfight or in one. So bringing it back in, make sure you are thinking about getting high ground constantly, and your positioning will slowly begin to improve. Tip number 2, understanding and keeping your eye on your minimap. There's a lot of information on this minimap that you can use to get better at positioning. For example, the minimap indicates what level your enemies are on inside of a building by displaying an arrow on the top or on the bottom of their red dot when they are firing or when they are being scanned by a UAV. Use this information to approach them in a way that is advantageous, or to back off of that building and set yourself up in a position where you can hold them while they are rotating or wait for them to make a mistake. For example, if you see that they are in the 2nd story building and the only way to access that building is a set of stairs or a single ladder, it is probably not the best position to be holding the 1st floor below them or climbing the stairs, and you're probably better off holding them from the outside. Information is your friend in every scenario, and especially when you are trying to improve your Warzone positioning. Kill streaks also give away where enemies are located on the minimap by showing you the direction they are coming from. If you are able to move away from the kill streak in time, try positioning yourself either on high ground, behind some cover, mounted through a window, or in some position other than in the open. By doing this, you are setting yourself up so this way when the enemy team pushes you, you are ready, since you have a general idea as to where they are coming from. Next, scanning the minimap during your rotations for buildings or areas that you can get better positioning at is super helpful as well. Pull out your map while rotating and scan the areas that are in circle to find the best position for your team before rotating. Along that same note, make sure that you pay attention to the time that is located just underneath the minimap. This is so important for rotating into the best position possible, because if you are pressed for time, you may not make the best decision during your rotation, putting you in a worse position than if you had just paid attention to the clock and rotated when you had enough time to get to high ground, in a spot with cover, or inside of that building you wanted to. The minimap also displays where your teammates are. Having information on where your teammates are is extremely important, which leads me into my final tip. Tip number 3, position yourself according to your teammates. When entering a gunfight, it is very easy to break down a team's positioning if you are all coming from different angles. This is going to take some decent teammates, but it can be done with some communication even if the other teammates are not talking back. For example, if you know your team is pushing into the police station from the front door, consider entering the police station from the side door, dropping down into the second story from the roof hatch, or dropping down into the window just above the front door. Thinking in terms of how you can position yourself in another area besides the location of your current teammate or teammates that are still in the fight is a great way to get better at positioning. What this does is this causes the enemy to focus on more areas of the building, causing them to make more decisions, and the more decisions your enemy has to make, the higher the possibility for them to make a mistake. This applies even better when the enemy is outside of a building, holding any section of the map down as well. If you push that area from the different angles and position yourself to engage that team from a line besides the one your team is planning to shoot them from, you are still causing that team to have to make different and smart decisions, giving yourself a better chance at winning that gunfight and putting yourself in a better position than if you were to just run at them all from the same direction. Make sure though not to drift too far away from your teammates while getting into position, because this could lead to them getting overpowered by the other team, and by the time you find your line, you could be faced with a 1v3 or a 1v4 situation. So as a recap, think about high ground constantly, understand and keep an eye on your minimap, and position yourself according to your teammates. If you apply these 3 tips in your Warzone games, I guarantee that you will see an improvement in your positioning in Warzone, and hopefully make your experience more enjoyable. Like I said earlier, if you guys did enjoy this video or find this video helpful in any way, I'd really appreciate it if you guys subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to hit 200 subscribers by the end of 2020, and I want to bring you guys along this journey as we continue to grow this channel. I hope you guys have a great day and enjoy the rest of this video. Down one. That guy's hurt. There's another one. Brown Gilly's suit is hurt.
There's a guy fucking sniping at us too, man.
Daddy, chill.
Way in the back.
I'm climbing.
I just got sniped. There's a guy on another team that's sniping us, dude.
Stay there.
Watch out, bro. He's sniping back there.
On ping. Right here by the generators.
What a fucking dumb bitch, dude. What are you doing?
Right up here?
On generators, on my ping. Johnny, over there, to your left, up left.
Dude, I gotta get this sniper. Bro. This guy's not letting us help. I got him. I think I got destroyed.
What is that?
You killed the sniper, right?
Dude, you don't know. Yeah, I killed him. I don't know how bad. He was so confused, dude. I peeked that guy.
He was kind of older, too.
That's team life, bro. We're good.
I'm like south right here.
So I gotta buy south too.
Yeah, same.
We can all buy south.
Yeah, I need to go get that. Wow.
I'm calling him my
Enemy! Friendly UAV overhead.
We should.
Yeah,
I got it.
Alright, everyone's prison and there's a team on that
Vendor
side.
here. Get your supply.
We have to get prison. Remember,
Gas
we
is
can
moving in.
enter
Safe
prison
zone
too from
located.
the ground if it
Yeah, the
goes in
side.
there. There's a sewer entrance.
Anyone drop me like...
I have no ammo, bro.
I can drop you mine, dude. I'm not really ARing that much, so I'm in the back.
I'll drop you some as well.
Drop me some, yeah.
I only
yeah,
have
drop
20
heading your
bullets,
way.
so...
Alright,
Or
we're good,
20
we're
plus
good.
my clip. I have 80, so...
We have
I
good
can't drop
intel. They're all prison and one team is
Left.
up. Yeah.
Who we playing?
We honestly don't even need to go in prison though.
Yeah, we don't
Fight
need to.
green, no?
It's by green, yeah.
They're gonna be wide out in the open.
Yep.
Get in right now.
If we can like hold here.
Yep. That's what I'm reading, Lar.
Yeah, let's go.
You guys are going up?
Just watch out for ghosts. Yeah. If we
How
go
many
up, they
radars do we
can't. They
have?
won't be able. I got one.
I have one.
They're already in between. They're in between green and purple already.
Okay.
Across. Yeah, he's gonna be. Last one was the solo. There was like one solo.
Should I go higher, Lara, or with you?
Yeah, you go higher. On ping.
Fire.
Gas is closing in.
One down, one down, one down.
Enemy UAV overhead.
His boy,
The bastards are on
Oh, what the? I can't even see him.
Team's in a safe
He
zone.
does have eagle
I got
eye.
res, I got res, I got res. Just,
He purple?
You're all right, mate.
Oh my
You're all right.
god.
Yeah, I can't even see him behind the trees.
I
It's
need help.
it's
laser.
fine, it's fine.
I'm getting healed.
I'm getting shot from prison as
He
well.
still got disadvantage.
Oh god, yeah, help Johnny, help Johnny.
Damn,
I got
bro,
Johnny,
this
I got
guy's.
Johnny.
On the left.
Oh, UAV.
Friendly UAV overhead.
I got him, I got him, I got him.
I just got sniped from behind, from behind.
Oh,
Heading this way.
I'm prison tower, prison tower.
Are you safe? Are you safe?
Holy shit.
You're all right, mate. You're all right.
You gotta be careful, boys. There's snipers from prison.
We have
I'm
to
out of
Johnny.
armor, man.
I didn't get my kill yet, Johnny.
Here. On ping.
I have no armor.
I have no armor at all. Dude,
Oh, I'm getting shot
This
from
guy's
behind.
hurt.
Moving
This
now.
guy's pushing you guys.
Hostile.
On,
is
look
a
at ping, look
joke.
at ping.
Another
Light
one,
ping
another
still.
one,
Oh, we have pings down, pings down.
another. Oh, we need those armor over there now.
Gas is moving in. New safe zone located.
Oh,
Watch
my
the prison, watch the prison.
God. Should I go for it? You
Oh,
want
those are
to me,
holding
Light
Johnny?
ping, light ping.
Oh, shit.
Careful, you're alone, Lara.
Downed him, I downed him. I have 11 bullets.
Still behind. He's behind that rock.
Copy.
Target
Yeah, we
right.
have-
Light ping again.
I'm pushing with Lara. I gotta push with Lara.
Alright, I'm just where I got sniped, bro.
I
This is exactly what
UAV overhead.
I have 11 bullets. I'm out of AR
Go
ammo.
get some fully loaded. Go get your fully loaded.
Here, I'm gonna drop what I have, Lara. I only have 20. I can't drop that.
You gotta relax.
I have my UAV. I have my
To
UAV.
your left, to your left, to your left. Over here.
Need recon on my position.
UAV entering the AO.
Got him, I got him. There's another one to the right though.
Everyone to the safe zone now.
Another one over here, another one over here.
Called in his
Oh, yeah,
boy.
they're making
Called
their
in
way
his
Vehicle
boy.
marked.
Careful, you guys.
On top of. On top
You
of.
should probably go right, right?
Target
You
right.
guys are flying down. This is
You're
flying
right.
down.
Oh, yeah, right here.
Let's kill this.
I'm marked, I'm marked,
Yeah,
I'm marked.
yeah.
Probably be able to kill
On orange. Yo, careful, top of prison, man.
Be advised.
Marked the target.
I got that guy.
Good shot. Good shot. Flying down. Flying down.
Oh, I cracked him in air. Right here on third.
Dead.
Hostiles
I
dropping
need
into
his
the area.
ammo.
Watch the skies.
Another guy flying in from prison.
9 enemies.
Another guy flying in prison.
Down.
Yo.
I got him, I got him, I got him.
You got that guy? The white one? You got the
Gas
white one
is
there?
closing
Yeah, I
in.
got one.
Relocate to the
Yeah.
safe zone.
I'm dead.
Dude, I'm not going that way.
Gotta kill me, bro. They're on orange.
Just the 5 to go. Bring home the
Oh, yeah, I
win.
see him.
Are you guys all dead?
I got one.
Orange, orange, orange.
Right here. One was over here. There. Where are they?
Where are they at? Give me your stuck.
You're good, bro.
Gas is moving.
Oh, there's only one left.
There's literally a guy in front of me. He downed me from in front of me. I
don't
could be
see
wrong.
him.
I could be
I
wrong.
killed one over there, Lara.
Okay,
I
alright.
killed one
Bait
over
me,
there.
Okay, I'm
bait
getting
me,
in a
I'm in the
circle.
middle. Just bait me, I'm in the fucking middle. There's only one left, bro. Okay, he's behind that tree. There, we got intel.
He's white, he's white.
There he is. There
No
he is.
targets
That's
remain.
GG.
You earned the win.
Oh, baby.
Hate me, dog.
What do you mean? If I didn't do that, we would have not known where he was at.